Okay, we have to talk about that ending to The Reckoning. Now, The Reckoning was honestly a really good map. I really enjoyed it. Easter egg hunt was a lot of fun and one of the longest ones we've had in a really long time. And all of that with the gameplay really gave me hope that Treyarch actually knew how to make a really great classic zombies experience again. And that was kind of all thrown out of the window when I got to the ending. Now let's just address the elephant in the room right away. Yes, Primis is back, and yes, we knew about this for literally over a year now. This was leaked forever ago that Primis was going to come back, but I was really just hoping and praying that if Treyarch was going to make such a silly decision, which we'll get into why I think this is ridiculous in a minute, but if they're going to make such a silly decision in the story, that they would actually write a competent reason for Primis to come back. Now, I'm not saying that they can't write a competent reason for them coming back and that this isn't all going to be revealed and later understood when it comes to Black Ops 7. But for now, as it stands, the writing up to this point doesn't warrant Primis coming back, and it is not at all a satisfying payoff to what we've been building up to through Cold War and, of course, in Black Ops 6. Now, of course, all over Twitter right now, there's the key dangling meme going around that Treyarch's just dangling these characters in front of us, trying to get us to come to Black Ops 7 and give it another chance. But the key dangling goes so much deeper than just Primis here. Let's talk about the chaos elements that were introduced into this game. Now, as an enjoyer of Black Ops 4 and the chaos story myself, I was super excited back in Vanguard when they kind of revealed these elements coming into the story, and I was a big fan of this because chaos had been abandoned, and if they were going to do anything to bring back these elements, I just wanted to see something get concluded from that original story, something get used from that story so that it doesn't feel so pointless. Because you look back at Black Ops 4 and while it was a pretty good story, it was just the beginnings of it, and now to see it coming back in any way at all, it was just nice to finally see it being utilized. But a lot of you might say, well, that's also just nostalgia bait. They're also just nostalgia baiting you about the chaos story. And that is true. But the big caveat there is that I was hoping that it would come back for a reason, to be used and paid off, to finally give payoff to certain things that were just left completely abandoned in Black Ops 4. Well, now they've been abandoned once again in Black Ops 6, and I couldn't be more disappointed. But the chaos elements aren't the only thing that have been completely abandoned in Black Ops 6. We've seemingly just abandoned most of the elements from Cold War and Black Ops 6's Dark Aether story. What the hell happened with Panos and Blanchard? And no, the Wonder Weapon quest of either one of them dying is not a conclusion to their story. What the hell was Panos on about for like the past couple maps? We never got to understand like who he was talking to, what the actual story implications of that were. It was ridiculous. And Blanchard, he's just there. He's just there. There's just so many loose ends that are never tied up in this map that I highly think will never be tied up again, because we're just seemingly abandoning them for this new version of the Primis crew. Which, fine, let's actually talk about this new version of the Primis crew. Like I said earlier, I think the new Primis coming back is absolutely ridiculous because it completely retcons, or at the very least makes Tag der Toten's ending totally pointless. If you're going to have an emotional payoff to the zombie storyline, and one that's actually well written for once, which, let's be honest, we don't have very many zombie endings that are actually good. We have like Tag der Toten and Forsaken. That is basically it. So if you're going to go back and make one of the only good endings to the story completely useless, completely worthless, what are we doing? We're bringing back recognizable characters just for the sake of nostalgia at this point. Can we not try something new for more than one game? We spent one game with this Requiem crew. Maybe if we're given more than one game to develop their characters, people might actually start to like them. Remember, people started liking the Chaos crew by the end of Black Ops 4. Sure, they started off hated and the writing wasn't great, but as the writers got used to them and started writing them much better, by the end of Ancient Evil, their story had picked up a lot and become a lot more interesting, and all of their dialogue in Ancient Evil is so much better and so much more interesting. But just like the Chaos crew, it looks like our new Requiem crew is being left in the dust, left to die in Black Ops 6, to never be talked about again. Now, it is possible they are brought back into Black Ops 7. I'm not saying that won't happen, but let's be honest. If you can choose between the Requiem crew and the new Primis crew, I'm willing to bet that 90% of the player base is just going to choose the Primis crew, because the Requiem crew has just been left underdeveloped, and we have over 10 years of development of the Primis crew to latch onto and to enjoy. I've also heard a lot of people saying they need to bring back the Primis crew. Treyarch obviously can't handle writing new characters, and while I think that is totally ridiculous, they just need to be given time to develop and to learn how to write new characters, I think it's very naive to think that they can write a new Primis crew. Keep in mind, the writing crew that is at Treyarch now is a lot of new people, a lot of different talent that's come into Treyarch and is writing these characters now. The people who are currently writing the crew that you say you really dislike are the same writers who are about to jump into Black Ops 7 and write the new Primis crew. So I would be a little bit careful in just blindly trusting them, thinking that they can write the Primis crew as good as they used to. And you just know a lot of this was a push from Activision too, right? With the new system, you can use your zombie crew as a character in multiplayer or Warzone. So you just know Activision has been begging Treyarch to add the Primis crew back because they know they can sell tons and tons of skins for these characters to be used in multiplayer and Warzone. So for Primis not to be in the game, they're just losing money. They have to be in the game so that they can sell skins for them. But back to the cutscene itself, I think it is absolutely insane to end this whole story on such a short cutscene with like one line of dialogue. One line, and it's not even from the characters that are a part of the story. The one line of dialogue comes from the new Primis Richtofen that shows up. We get no dialogue from Janice Richtofen talking about how happy he is to see his family finally. We have no line from Sam when she repossesses her body. There really is no payoff to the past, like, 5 years of Dark Aether storytelling. It just ends in like a 30-second cutscene. Not to mention Sam. Oh my god, I forgot about Sam. When you load this map up, the first dialogue you hear in this map is that they killed Sam off screen. They killed Sam, the most iconic character in zombies aside from like Richtofen. They killed her off screen. The whole point of Black Ops 6 was chasing down Sam, trying to get her back, trying to see her after her noble sacrifice in Cold War. And to find out that all of that was for nothing and to have that resolved off screen, it's just a spit in the face of anyone who's been following this story for the past couple years. Absolutely ridiculous. It is really a shame because I think this map was really good. The Easter egg was fun. The hunt was fun. I think the design is pretty good. Great music, cool wonder weapon. Everything about this map is really great for Black Ops 6, and I've been really enjoying my time with it. And the fact that there's 2 different boss fights, 2 different storylines going on, and 2 different end cutscenes is really cool. And all of that just kind of gets stained by such a terrible, terrible ending. And yes, this is the first video on this channel. I hated this ending so much that I felt the need to make a whole zombies commentary channel just to post this video on. If you're interested to see more videos from me, you can go check out my main channel, that is Band Boys on YouTube. We upload mostly funny moment stuff, so if that's your cup of tea, then go check that out. If not, just wait for another video on this channel because I've got a lot to say about Black Ops 6 and the upcoming Black Ops 7. So thank you all for watching. I will see you very soon.